Loving you is wonderful. It's something like a miracle. Rest assured, I feel the same way you do. Needing you isn't hard. With you, and I can't let down my guard. Stay secure. That's all I'm asking of you. I wish I had the words to tell this feeling that I know so well, but I don't. I don't. All that I can say, all that I can say, all that I can say, all that I can say. Shibba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Y'all let me know who sings that song. Give it a shout out next week's review. Give me the name of the artist, the name of the song, the name of the album, and the year all that came out, darling. Speaking of shouts out, I want to give a few shout outs from last week's Basketball Wild review. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Spilling All the Tea. I hope you're feeling better, bro. I wanted to give a shout out to the songs that I was singing in last week's review. I was just kept going with the songs with the vocals, and one song that I sung with SWV from the album It's About Time, and the name of the song was I'm So Into You. And he also guessed the Lil Kim song I was singing was Not Tonight by the Hardcore album. And also Cyndi Lauper, the song was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Ow! And the album was called She's So Unusual, darling, which she is. Also want to give a shout out to Angel Johnson. Angel correctly answered the song that I was singing at the beginning of the review. So did Yardan, such as and the song was Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And this particular person, Angel Johnson, also inspired this song that I was just now singing. And I'll tell y'all in next week's review why. Because I can't tell you in this week's review because then you'll know the song, you know the artist, etc. And I have to keep it all a secret. So anyway, did anybody see ya coming to my house last night when I got that message on my beeper? Bet you wanna do everything I like. Alright, alright. Like little Sarah with you, your girlfriend, the fact that she don't know, it really turns me on. She'll never guess in a million years that we got this thing going on. Everybody cheats, but you gotta know how, you gotta know when, gotta know right or mine. Infatuation with you is taking me on an emotional high. Caught all up in this love affair, baby. Speculation won't bring us down. All my friends are asking me about it. I don't know. Still the truth I can read. And that's how we should keep it, baby. Y'all already know what to do in the comments, darling. I don't know if I hit that note correctly. I tried. Anyway, let's just get straight to this damn review. You know, Basketball Wives, they're really starting to annoy me like a whole lot of. So it began with Evelyn. She's having a scene with Sanaya and Christian. They all meet up at this nice place. Is it just me or does it seem like Christian be having on the same clothes every week? I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. But anyway, Evelyn and them is talking. Evelyn is on this whole campaign. Champagne would be nice right now, darling. But Evelyn is on this whole campaign to try to destroy Jackie. Now, Jackie is a whole lot of. Jackie is off the chain. Jackie is a little psycho. She's a little off. She's a little ticky boom. We all know that from Jacqueline. But all this heat that Jackie is getting is not deserved, I feel. Um, like it's just amazing to me how it's just crazy how quickly Tammy and Evelyn got back friends, like they're best friends, and as if you had it was this whole big thing of Tammy having this big issue with Evelyn. The shit got solved in 2 episodes, and now they're back. Now they're best friends, along with Shawnee included. And it's just like, but nobody's willing to like be back cool with Jackie when it's just words have been twisted. Tammy has been a shit starter, low key. She's twisted words, and now she's all Team Evelyn, and she's like, "Fuck you, Jackie." When Jackie and Tammy were cool to begin with, they were both against Evelyn. It's just a whole lot of stupid shit going on. It's just a whole lot of manipulation. And it's just a whole lot of orchestrated drama by Miss Shawnee O'Neal. But of course, she gets scot free. Her hands are clean all the time, even though she does shady things the whole time. But nobody really is going to call Shawnee out because she'll give the girls very much so thank you for your services. So nobody wants to come at Shawnee about anything when she really is the main factor in a lot of this mess. But her being an EP executive producer, one of them on the show, she has a little bit of power, seeing as how this show is her idea. So it's just messed up that she's just on the show and she's just using it to benefit her and her group of girls, which is Shawnee and Tammy, um, which is Tammy and Evelyn, and I'm assuming Bonnie Jill now since she's in the crew. Um, I don't know. I don't know. This is crazy. But anyway, like I said, it began with Christian and Sanaya or Sania, who I did not like at first. Now I'm starting to like a little bit. It's gonna take a minute. I still think she's a gutter snipe, but that's just in her. That doesn't mean she's a bad person. It just means that um she's a gutter snipe. Classless, ratchet, all over the place. Fuck whoever. Fuck you. Fuck the uncle. Fuck the nephew. Whatever. All alleged. All alleged. Calm down, Sania fans. If you have them, does she got fans? I don't know. But so they're talking, shooting the shit, having the scene, and Evelyn's just like, you know what, the way that Jackie behaved, going off on BJ like that was just completely, not fair, and that woman just want to save the animal and save the earths and shit, and the way that she was treated was just totally unacceptable and yada yada, and I've heard about Jackie and how she is, but this is just crazy and she's lying. She called you a liability. Like I said in many reviews, everybody talks shit about Sania because she deserved it. She acted a fool when it came to her and Christian and her doing the whole makeover thing. She was unprofessional as hell. She was rude. She was what Giselle called Monique on the Potomac, trick trash, trick trash. That's what she was. And so everybody talked about Sania, and she was drunk as hell, couldn't get up and wildcat her ass all out. She was a mess. Gutter snipe extraordinaire. So I don't understand why everybody's now why what Jackie said is such a big issue. Um I just try to be fair with everybody. I don't necessarily have a favorite here on this cast. The people that I probably like the most as of right now, I guess it would be Malaysia. She gets on my nerves too, but Malaysia for the most part. Um, that's about it. And Brandy's cool, and Jackie's cool sometimes, and yeah, and I like Tammy separately from Shawnee and Evelyn, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but whatever. I read them all. I commend them all when I need to, and I read them all when I have to. How about that? So and Christian was just like, they was basically both given, Evelyn and Christian was both giving Sanaya this information that Jackie ain't shit, Jackie fake, yada to the yada. But a little later on, Sania actually called Jackie on the phone. They had left, and she was just like, "Yo, I had a little meeting with Christian and Evelyn." Jackie was just like, "Oh, for real?" And she was like, "Yeah, Jackie called you a liability," which I was a little upset about. Jackie was just like, "Let's nip this shit in the bud now." Now I know I tried to fight Bonnie Jill last week, But if I called you a liability in the heat of the moment or something that happened, then I'm sorry. I mean, if I said it, I don't necessarily remember. But if I said it, I mean, shit, whatever. And I think Sania, she was cool with that information because she agreed her own self that she was acting up and she was a little out of control when it came to that whole situation with the makeover and Evelyn and Christian. So she kind of understood. And plus, Jackie and Sania are close as of right now. So I was just like, yeah, well, I mean, she understood. So Evelyn then was trying to create, she's basically trying to get everybody against Jackie, pretty much, by saying that Jackie is the problem with this, Jackie is the problem with that, yada to the yada. Um, Bonnie Jill trying to save the dolphins and the trees and the wolves, and Jackie trying to kill the dolphins and the trees and the wolves. So whatever. So it's just like, yeah, child. So Tammy, she meets up with Hazel, and they both sat down and talked about the whole situation with Jackie showing out and stuff. And she was just like, yeah, and I just can't get over Malaysia. Tammy talking was just like, yeah, I just can't get over Malaysia. Um, and if you don't know Hazel, we first met Hazel on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but now she's on the show. It's Jackie's like play niece, adoptive niece, whatever. And they're cool. Um, she been knowing her for a few years, and her husband or her boyfriend, her baby daddy, one of them, is playing basketball overseas, and she got a child. So they're talking, and Tammy was just like, "Child, I ain't even lit my cigarette yet before Malaysia started on me, and what's your problem, and yada yada." And Tammy, you're correct. Malaysia did have something to say about you, but that's because I just honestly think Malaysia is. First of all, I don't buy this whole act of Malaysia. I'm this, I'm Malaysia, I'm this, I'm that, with her hands and all that. I'm just like, I mean, ultimately, these girls hold a lot of weight on the show, meaning Shawnee, Tammy, and Evelyn. And it would be more beneficial to have them gutter snipes um, on your side than against you. And so I do understand why Malaysia is irritated with the girls, and seeing as how Tammy is the one that has the most mouth, she came at Tammy about the whole situation of not speaking to her at Jackie's event. So I do understand why Malaysia came at the girls and wanted to address the issue because why sit through something y'all know y'all not really faking everything. Y'all know y'all not really cool and everything. So I do understand why Malaysia said something to Tammy. I mean, it was a little left field, but I mean, with her and I guess in the situation and with these group of girls, it's best to just go ahead and address things up front versus just letting it linger and linger and linger because they probably wasn't going to say anything to Malaysia. But it's just crazy to me how they're all acting like they have an issue now. Um, with Malaysia and Jackie in particular, like they're putting Brandy on the same level. And Tammy said something. She was just like, um I don't hate Brandy. I'll just choose not to be around her. And but Tammy's whole reasoning for not liking Brandy or wanting to film with Brandy to me is stupid. She can't control what Duffy do, and vice versa. You can't control what nobody grown do. So her whispering in her girlfriend's ear, according to Tammy, saying, "Get that bitch, we from Texas, yada yada." I mean, I don't see what's the harm in that. If you see that your best friend is getting clowned, like, and be like, "Yo, bitch, what's wrong with you?" Like, get her. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with a little encouragement. I mean, hell, I mean, wouldn't Tammy, if you was to jack up Jackie, wouldn't Evelyn and Shawnee be excited about that, coaching you on, and you got a girl, go girl? So I don't understand. But I mean, it seems to me if you don't want to be around somebody, it doesn't mean you don't like them, right? I mean, if I don't want to be around somebody, that means I don't like them. Is it? Am I crazy? I mean, hell, if I have to be around them in terms of like work, if I'm forced to be around them, then fine, I'll deal with it. I can be cordial. I'm an adult. But as far as my personal time, I would prefer not to be around them, because I don't like them. not because I don't want to be around them, because I do kind of like them. Like Tammy was just feeding a lot of bullshit. So anyway, moving on from that scene, Tammy also had a scene with Lyric, her oldest daughter, who's gorgeous, and Reggie, her baby daddy. Well, not yet her baby daddy, her hopeful baby daddy. Um, so they're talking, and Lyric suggests to them they get ready to eat some Chinese food, and Lyric suggested to them that maybe they should like watch somebody's baby before they decide to have kids, and Reggie kind of took offense to that. He was just like, "Yo, I don't need no damn experience on raising kids. I'm a man. I'm gonna do what I have to do. Yada yada." Lyric took that as just like, "This is why I don't say nothing to y'all, because you're taking everything that I say the wrong way, and I don't agree with that." And Reggie was just like, "Well, I mean, this is just how I am. This is just how I talk. This is just the way that I think. You're just too sensitive." And we found out that Lyric and Reggie don't really get along. I think Jazz and Reggie are cool, but Lyric and Reggie, which is Tammy's other daughter, but Lyric and Reggie don't really see eye to eye a lot of times. But but watching it, I do understand why Lyric took that the wrong way. Just from how he said it, because I felt like she was genuinely trying to offer a suggestion, to that's her mom, and she's trying to get pregnant with these old eggs. So she really is, trying to, I guess, help the situation, because this is something they're trying to do. They're trying to have kids. Um, So I do understand why Lyric took offense to that, how Reggie said it, and Tammy was just like, it just makes her sick, seeing the two people she loved get into it. But they ate their Chinese food, and so they decided to play this little game where they went to this place. It was called like an escape place, where they had to work together to get clues to get out of whatever they was trying to get out of, and it actually worked, and they bonded a little bit. But Reggie said that she was a little standoffish, Lyric, and I can see that. But I can be that way sometimes too, myself, especially at work. But it's only to protect myself. When you're around somebody that you don't necessarily know or don't like feel that comfortable around, you do tend to be a little standoffish. I'm not one of those people that just jump into the crowd. I would much rather fade into the background, and then when I have to jump into the crowd, I can, and I'm gonna deliver. But I would much rather just pooch on back down, child, because I don't know, just different experiences I've been through. You just realize that everybody's not for you like you think they are. So yeah, so that was it. With Tammy and Lyric, them, that girl is very, very pretty. Tammy has some beautiful daughters. She really do. The little gay one's cute too. Allegedly, allegedly. That's not what I mean. Come on. Stevie could see the child is playing for the team. So anyway, let's see, child. So there was a scene with Shawnee, her sister, and her mother. All three of them look alike. All them noses. And Shawnee, she's having this whole situation with her father, where I believe they found out her father has diabetes, and they just woke up one day, and her sister saw their dad's legs black or foot is black or whatever. So I don't know if they had to amputate it or what, but it's just a lot that's going on with her family right now. And so they're just there talking, and that was pretty much it. Okay, so Shawnee had a scene with Shawnee had a scene. Well, before I get to that, Brandy, they brought Brandy back for another episode. Brandy, Malaysia, and Jackie, they go fencing. Jackie's just like, "Yo, I feel like these heifers like coming at me. They're just trying to come for my jugular because they don't like y'all, so they coming at me because I'm the closest thing to y'all, and this shit ain't right." And Malaysia was just like, you shouldn't treat another black woman like this, yada to yada. But Malaysia, this is why I have to kind of come for you, beloved. I love you much, I really do. But for the most part, Malaysia has been my favorite, and she's very consistent and just sweet and nice and smart and readable. She reads the girls. Um, but wasn't you not friendly to Duffy at first? Then you did not like Duffy. at first you wasn't, so that's another black woman, and you wasn't treating her, you know, y'all, everybody should be uplifting the girls. Now you all uplifting, but last season you was just like, I don't like her, until finally you decided to embrace her. Once you saw that your woman, your best friend Brandy, um, that's so social. So you was just like, okay, well, let me just get along with you for the sake of Brandy. So it wasn't all of y'all do shit. So I'm just trying to whatever. Like I said, it's that click. It's that Brandy, Sean. It's that Shawnee, Evelyn, and Tammy click. That's that main thing, because they control. They have a lot of control on the show. So yeah, like I said, it's easier to have people like that are very manipulative, very shady, very sneaky, like that core group. Um, it's very beneficial for them to be on your side, because when you mess with one of them, here comes all of them at you. Low key, you just don't know it. They just won't say nothing out loud. It's a mess. But yeah, I just had to clock Malaysia really quick, because it was just like, Malaysia, don't do that. I mean, this show is not about uplifting black women at all. I mean, hell, how long you been on the show, sis? And Brandy, she's just in there, just like, well, I mean, yeah, it's just crazy, and they're fake, and they ain't shit, yada to the yada. So we have Bonnie, Jill, we have Evelyn, we have Tammy, and we have Shawnee. The clique. They're all sitting outside at somebody's house, and they was just talking about Jackie and Evelyn. I can't stand Jackie. Jackie ain't shit, and Jackie's just a hypocrite, and yada to the yada. No, it's just very interesting to me. Tammy and Jackie used to be close, or at least it seemed like they were close. But the way that Tammy is allowing Evelyn to just trash her quote unquote friend, even though Jackie and Tammy had their falling out, um, it wasn't that deep, to the point where as to how Evelyn is really like giving it to Jackie right now. And Tammy's not loyal to Jackie. She never liked Jackie, but she made that clear. She said, I liked your husband. I was friends with your husband. I respected your husband. I didn't even know about you." So it just really goes to show how loyal these women are to each other. And it's very interesting. It's a mess. If these are what you call friends, I don't know. I don't want none. I'm good by myself. I really am. So they're talking, and Bonnie Jill was just like, I just don't understand. I thought she was joking. Like, I just don't understand why she came at me and yada to the yada. So it was just like, oh Lord, here we go. So Evelyn is having this whole event because she's launching her magazine covers, magazine pictures that she took with her daughter, and she wants to invite all the girls. So Shawnee, she decides to be shady, call Jackie and put her on speakerphone and personally invite her to Evelyn's event. Now Evelyn's saying this whole time in the background, I don't want this bitch at my event, but she's not gonna personally invite her. So Shawnee and Tammy was just like, well, Jackie just showed up to my event, and I went out of my way not to invite her. So, to avoid her just popping up, you need to go ahead and invite her. So Shawnee did that, put her on speaker. Jackie was just like, look, I ain't fooling with y'all. But you know what? I'll go ahead and come, and Evelyn needs to personally call me and have a conversation. And so, they're laughing and making their comments after she hung up. I was just like, y'all so damn petty. It don't make no sense. So let's see. Anything else happened? I don't think anything else happened. So we get to the final scene, where everybody's at Tammy's event, not at Evelyn's event. Her daughter ends up showing up, who's gorgeous. Her daughter's very pretty, Evelyn's daughter. And they're talking, looking at the photos. The photos are nice. And all the girls are there. Everybody looks nice. All the girls are there except for Jackie and Sania. Even we saw Kiana ass. They don't even introduce Kiana. Kiana's just slide in while the cameramen gone to the bathroom or whatever. Like, we don't even. Why is Kiana even on the show? This is stupid. Like, why just drag this girl along? I just hope she's getting paid for it. Like, she's literally just getting dragged along. Nobody knows her. Ain't nobody talked to her since episode 2. So it's just I can't. Um so Jackie comes flying in with tennis shoes on. So you know she's ready to box. Anytime somebody comes somewhere with tennis shoes on, if some pop off, they ready. They ain't got to slip and slide and about to fall and die out their heels, breaking ankles and shit. So Jackie was just like, "Hi everybody, how's everybody going?" Yada yada. Sania came in. It was just like, "Oh Sania, you look good." She was like, "Yeah, I done lost weight." Jackie was just like, "Ooh girl, I'm losing weight too." Of course, that's when they shaded her. Evelyn, Tammy, and Sean. It was just like, "Oh, you losing weight?" She was like, "Yeah, you see this belt? Loosened up, child." She was just like, "Oh, you always wear a belt." Yada to the yada. Jackie gives them ammunition all the time. To just read her. So Jackie was just like, "Well, let me tell you why I came. I came because I heard that you, Evelyn, um was saying that Jackie's fake, and Jackie called Sanaya a liability, and all this other kind of stuff, and I really just want the tea." And Evelyn was just like, "You want the tea?" She was just like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, Bonnie." Jackie was like, "No, we're not talking about Bonnie yet. We can talk about our situation separately." And so Evelyn was just like, "You know what? I just felt like the way that you came at Bonnie and you talking about Sania calling her a liability, like that shit was wrong, yada." But mind you, I don't know whether or not Jackie specifically called Sanaya a liability, but like I said, Sanaya was acting a fool. So everybody was talking shit about Sanaya, including Evelyn. So why don't you say what you said about Sanaya, then just so Jackie can say what she thinks she said about Sanaya? You see what I'm saying? Like, why is it just Jackie that was the issue? Like I said, everybody talked shit about Sanaya because she was acting up. She deserved it. So why is Jackie's comments about Sanaya holding so much weight? And why can't she be cool with Sanaya if she wants to be cool with Sanaya? Like, what's that to you? Like, you're picking now. You're finding shit to just add on to Jackie, because you just don't like her in general. So she was just like, "No, I came at Bonnie Jill." Jackie was like, "So I came at Bonnie Jill because she brought my husband into it. My husband, myself, Bonnie Jill, and her guy. We all met up and had a conversation. We were building a relationship. This is why I got so upset with Bonnie Jill. Now, Jackie, this is why I have to sling your neck and your dry ponytails. Um, Bonnie Jill, coming at Bonnie Jill won't go damn do nothing. That's like a lion coming at a kitten. Child, please. A wild animal versus a domestic one. That's not. Come on, sis. Now, I do understand you reading Bonnie Jill and getting her together, but you attacking her and showing out and all that shit like that, that was much. Jackie, you was putting on for the cameras. I thought it was hilarious though, because they weren't gonna let you touch that white girl. But it was funny. It definitely was. Um, but her saying that because her husband was there and she was bonding with Bonnie Jill, and that's why she was upset. And I don't really buy that. I don't really think that was the reason why she was that upset with Bonnie Jill. I think she's upset with Bonnie Jill because Bonnie Jill is sucking the life out of Evelyn, Shawnee, and Tammy, clinging on to them like a leech. And the fact that she's just in the midst and running her mouth and being shady and all that. I think that's why you're mainly upset with Bonnie Jill. And it got nothing to do with your husband, Jackie. At least in my opinion, I think that's a stupid reason too. Or a silly reason, I should say. And Bonnie Jill was just like, "No, because you did say this." She was trying to defend herself, but wasn't nobody hearing her. And then Evelyn ended up calling Jackie fake. Jackie called her non-motherfucking factor. Um, Jackie ended up walking off, and everybody's just sitting there looking crazy. And Evelyn talking about, "You need to be a good grandmother, yada yada." Jackie was just like, "Okay, you done unleashed the beast." Jackie in her gold tennis shoes, she ended up walking out, flailing, flipping around, acting a fool. So next week is when they're really gonna pop off because Jackie called Evelyn a bitch and was just going off on her, and her daughter was right there. the whole time. So Evelyn was just like, who calls somebody a bitch while their daughter is right there? But I mean, she's grown. I mean, she done heard worse shit about her mother, I'm sure. So I mean, it is what it is. Which is, it is very disrespectful and very wrong. But obviously, her daughter, Evelyn's daughter, is a respectable young lady and a nice young lady. Um, Nothing like her mother, because I mean, if I was in that situation, I would have popped off. If somebody called my mama a B word, but you know, she's thank God she played the background and she was just like, you know what, etc., etc. She just kept it cool because I'm sure she knows, because everybody makes mistakes. I'm sure she knows that her mother has made mistakes, and I mean, you know, just seeing her mom's reputation, yada yada, her acclaimingly fixing her life and all that. So, you know, I guess she just want to add fuel to the fire. But yeah. So, but next week, Jackie's gonna apparently call Evelyn's daughter Shanice. That's her name. She's gonna apparently saying that she's the new whore out there or something, which was totally out of line, Jackie. You don't do that, beloved. I rock with you more than I rock with Evelyn. But you don't do that. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe Evelyn said something about. I mean, she did bring up the whole be a good, better grandmother comment, which is a dig at her. So I don't know. It's just a mess. When you bring people's kids and shit in, it's no holds bars. I guess it is what it is. Child. People say anything to get a dig out of you, though. So it just depends on whether or not you're gonna let them affect you like that or not. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the situation. That was pretty much it with these hashtag old and petty ass heifers. That was it was entertaining to say the least. Now we'll see next episode and the episodes after that if Sanaya's gonna stop fooling with Jackie, because everybody else is not fooling with Jackie. Jackie, I just wish she explains herself more. She comes at them crazy, so that's why she always look crazy at the end of the day. If she just speaks clearly and uses her words and talks calmly and softly and just spill her truth, and then they still don't rock with her, that's fine. But the fact that she does all these antics and acts a fool, that's where she gets messed up and her point gets mistaken for just, oh, this just crazy psycho lunatic Jackie. Her point just always goes out the window that she's trying to make, because a lot of times Jackie is right in certain situations, and it's not necessarily her fault all the time, like I said. But because she's her mind is gone, she misses the mark all the time, and so does everybody else. But ultimately, if somebody don't like you, they just don't like you, and they'll make up any excuse to put against you because they just don't like you straight up. So whatever. That was pretty much it, y'all. I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ITSKINGWORLD Instagram and Twitter. At ITSKINGWORLD89 on Snapchat. Chase King was on Facebook and all that good stuff. I love you much. I really do. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.